Welcome guys to my gameplay video. I'm playing against Ale Tamale on Discord, and I'm using a mono green aggro tribal boost deck. Ale is playing a lightning Dingbelle token deck. Games start at 1000 health, and we both draw 7 cards each. We both decide to keep our hands, and I won the coin toss, so I will be going first. Okay, the game has started, and I play a Forest Aura, followed up immediately by a Gumberoo. Gumberoo is immune to combat damage, so it's a very strong card for only 1 drop. He plays a Lightning Aura, followed up by a Lightning Glass, and he also plays a Chaos Crystal. He then taps his Lightning Aura and plays a Lightning Bolt on my Gumberoo, paralyzing it and doing 25 damage. I awaken my pages. I play a Forest Aura, and paralyzed means my Gumberoo cannot awaken itself basically, so it's just stuck there. I couldn't do anything this turn. He plays a Lightning Aura, and I let him keep all his he has so much aura basically, and then he plays his Dingbelle for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's going to be a 770 health, 70 damage, and every time it attacks, it will create him 7, 20 health, 10 damage Dingbelle tokens. And this is the whole entire point of his deck. He is trying to play the Dingbelle's attack and get value. So I awaken my pages. Paralyzed only lasts for 1 turn. I draw, and I place a Forest Aura. I fatigue 3 of them to play a Hoop Snake, and Hoop Snake has a unique ability. He can sacrifice himself to counter, basically redirect a spell back at its opponent. If I would have to roll a dice and roll it a number equal or over to the aura cost. But usually decks such as his decks have, the one ally is using has lower costs for spells, so I can easily counter most of them. And I attack with my Gumberoo, and he decides to just take it. I attack his Dingbelle, and he takes the damage. So it's at 40 health, and he awakens his pages. And now's the problem, is that he can attack me and start creating tokens and getting his deck working. So he taps down all his aura to play another Dingbelle for 7. So it's a 70 health, 70 damage Dingbelle. And then he Chaos Potions one of my Hoop Snake. This way he can get a damage bonus on my Hoop Snake, which will kill it. And he creates a bunch of tokens. Every time his Dingbelle attacks, he will create tokens. He then passes to me. I unfatigue. I play a Forest Aura, and then I play a Wapaloosie. Wapaloosie has the convert ability, so he's basically ramping. I can ramp with him, and I decide to hit one of his Dingbelle with my Gumberoo, killing it. And actually, I actually messed up here. He thought it would have died, but it actually only had 10 health left. I lightning in the bottom of my Gumberoo, and this would kill the dump. This kills it, because I awaken my Gumberoo and attack again. And it's an interesting interaction I think Lightning Bottle has. So he awakens his pages. He's thinking what his best play here is. He decides to tap down to play a Catnap, which will place a sleep indicator on one of my beasties, meaning it will stay tap down and will not be able to attack next turn. He targeted, yeah. And he targets, and he attacks with his to my face. I take the damage, and he will create even more tokens. And this is the thing about his deck. He creates a lot of tokens. He's a lot of blockers. He can stall out for pretty long. So I untap. I play tap down 4-star to play a bookmark. I draw 2. I play a tapped Chaos Crystal. I know it's probably not going to survive, but I'm using it to distract his tokens. And I'll tap 4 for Aura to place a Wapaloosie and a Rumble. So I'm slowly building up my tribal boost, and every creature I play down will boost all my creatures. And that's the point. I don't care if I cannot attack, I just swarm as much as possible to boost all my creatures and make them even harder to kill. And then I decide, I'm thinking about what I should attack. I use my Wapaloosie, and I target his Dingbelle with it. And he decides to block with some of his tokens. Now we made a misplay here. He thought his tokens had 10 health each, but they actually had 20 health. And he's counting up his tokens. Okay. You block, and as he awakens his pages and draws for turn. He decides a lightning bolt, paralyzing, doing 25 damage. He decides to target my target my Rumble. Okay, so my Rumble will take 25 damage and become paralyzed. He kills my Chaos Stone with some of his tokens. Nothing I can do about that. He decides to pass in my turn. My Rumble does not untap. I draw. I leave 1 mana untapped. 1 aura, so my bad. And I place a forest aura, and I play with that tap down aura. I play a Gumberoo. I have 5 beasties on the board, so I get a plus 50 damage, plus 50 health on all of my beasties. And I start attacking him. And this will basically, I'll start destroying and culling and lowering the amount of tokens he has slowly. First time, he lets his dumbbell take it. The second time, he'll block. And he's trying to block with the exact amount of tokens so that he doesn't have to, so that he doesn't do any damage back to mine, but he can also conserve his tokens. I'm thinking about my next move, if I should keep attacking. And it's here he realizes he's been blocking 6 tokens at one time instead of 3. So he fixes that right now. And he fixes the difference. I fix the difference. My Wapaloosie actually does take some damage to make up for that difference. And I attack again. And he only loses 3 tokens every time. It's his turn. He untaps all his aura and stones. He has 10 tokens left. And he comes with another Dingbelle for 7. This situation is looking very interesting. It looks very, I would say this is, you could say that the Lightning deck is winning in this situation. But at the same time, it's almost at a standstill, I think, in this point. Both sides can't really do anything to each other. So I untap. Draw. Seeing if I have any answers to the Dingbelles he has. The ridiculous amount he has. At this point, I just have to play the long game and try to see if I could slowly destroy all his tokens and Dingbelles. And I'm just attacking him and lowering the amount of tokens he has, seeing if I could kill his Dingbelle somehow and stop him from creating more before he draws his Dingbelle ringleader. And he's just blocking with his tokens, and this time he lets one of his Dingbelles die. He thinks it's okay because he still has one left, and next turn he'll just attack with it. So it's alright for him to let one of his Dingbelles die. I'm thinking, okay, I decide to use the Rumple first, and then use my Wappa Lucy. Okay, I'm lowering. He has no more. All his tokens are left fatigued, so this time I can get a clean hit on his Dingbelle. It's not going to kill it, but it's going to lower it. So next turn, I am able to hit one-shot it, as long as he does not create any more tokens. The only problem here, in this situation, if he can get a lightning in a bottle, he could hit me twice and double the amount of tokens. That would be very insanely dangerous. I have no blockers declared. That's the only thing I have to worry about. He decides to just attack with his Dingbelle. I have to take it. And he's going to create even 7 more tokens. Okay, my turn. I untap everything. Good thing is that his tokens he just created are fatigued, so I don't have to deal with them all at once. I play a Hoop Snake. And I start declaring attackers again. This time we'll have an extra 10 damage from the Hoop Snake. He decides he paralyzes, but I have a play. I decide to sacrifice my Hoop Snake, using its ability to shoot, to basically reflect the paralyzed back at him, so I can paralyze one of his Dingbelles for one turn. Now this is the play I made that changed this whole game. And might decide the game. This right now could decide the game. I roll a 5. That means the spell is reflected back, and I reflect it back at his Dingbelle. That means he cannot get tokens next turn, unless he has a lightning in the bottle. And another Dingbelle. And now I can start swinging down at his tokens, and maybe get a hit off somehow. I'm pretty sure I'm able to get one hit off the Dingbelle. And I kill his Dingbelle with my last attacker. I had 4 attackers. He only had 9 tokens. And that ends my turn. He draws. He uses Lightning Glass to play a Ball of Lightning. And puts down a Terra. Lightning Storm Terra. He still has tokens left, so he's thinking if he should use them or not. He's thinking. He decides not he decides to attack and kill my Wapaloosie with all his tokens in the process. And now, after he's run out of steam, seems Ali's deck has seemed to run out of steam after all his Dingbelles died. So I think in this situation, I have the advantage. I would play a bookmark, getting even more cards. I top deck that bookmark. I play a Rumple and I play a Goddess Amber. Now this, and then I just start smacking him in the face and. And he untaps. Like, he takes a lot of damage to the face. He has 5 aura at his disposal. He takes 25 damage from his lightning bolt. He's seeing if he has any responses, anything he can do. He's deciding whether or not he should attack with his lightning or if he has any cards to play, and he does decide to attack with it. And he does a lightning in the bottle so he can attack twice with it, doing 100 damage to face. I untap. And at this point, if he doesn't get any good draws, this game is almost over. He only has 1 BC and I have an army of them. Over time, I'm just gonna slowly kill him if he doesn't get anything. I play Wapaloosie. My tribal boost is getting even stronger. 6 on the field. All my creatures do 70 damage per hit. I kill his lightning glass. And I swing 280 damage right in his face. The tribal boost is very, very good. If you can get enough creatures on the board, the Gumbaroos stay around for a very long time. They don't take any combat damage. Unless your opponent's running a fire deck, but in that case, you still have other creatures besides Gumbaroos. And he decides to just hit me and pass his turn. He has nothing. He doesn't draw anything good. So he's just going to let me go. I untap everything. I draw. And I attack everything at him again. It's going to be 420 damage. His health is very low at this moment. One more turn, if he can't do anything for one more turn, he is dead. 1,000 health seems a lot at first, but tribal boost decks, and it's actually a much reasonable value. And he just decides to attack me with the ball of lightning. He has nothing he can do. The best he can do is just to damage me. He cannot take down any of my beasties. If he tries to, it would kill his ball of lightning in the process. I untap. I draw. I play Wapaloosie again. And I swing in for the win. I found this game was very interesting, very fun. I enjoyed playing with Ali. We were at, I believe, if this was a third or fourth game, he managed to win 1 match. I believe we played 4 matches, so he won 3. I won 3 of the 4, and he won a match. So I think this deck is pretty consistent. I haven't played against any of her opponents. I think it would be interesting to see how well this deck does against a fire deck, because the Gumbaroo gets destroyed instantly by fire. But if you enjoyed the video, guys, like and subscribe for more. I want to do more gameplay videos like this. I think it was fun. Maybe some deck text too. And I'll see you guys in the next video.